Hey friends, and welcome to the Oh What a Beautiful Morning video series. It's Friday! And right now, when I'm recording this, is actually Thursday night. It's very late. But I've just been up answering all of your wonderful comments about last night's blog post, and wouldn't you believe, God is just so amazing. So last night's blog post was about the Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor? And literally, wait until you hear the reading that came up today. It's literally about being neighbor. You just can't write. You can't write stuff like this. This is just a God coincidence. So here we go. Okay, so this is from Luke 10:25-37. There was a scholar of the law who stood up to test Jesus and said, "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus said to him, "What is written in the law? How do you read it?" He said in reply, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your being, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." He replied to him, "You have answered correctly. Do this and you will live." But because he wished to justify himself, he said to Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" Jesus replied, "A man fell victim to robbers as he went down from Jerusalem to Jericho. They stripped him and beat him and went off, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down that road, but when he saw him, he passed by on the opposite side. Likewise, a Levite came to the place, and when he saw him, he passed by on the opposite side. But a Samaritan traveler who came upon him was moved with compassion at the sight. He approached the victim, poured oil and wine over his wounds, and bandaged them. Then he lifted him onto his animal, took him to an inn, and cared for him. The next day he took out 2 silver coins and gave them to the innkeeper with the instruction, 'Take care of him. If you spend more than what I have given you, I shall repay you on my way back.' Which of these, in your opinion, was neighbor to the robber's victim?" He answered, "The one who treated him with mercy." Jesus said to him, "Go and do likewise." So there's a lot here in this parable. This is the Good Samaritan parable. Everybody, knows that. But, the significance back when Jesus would have told this to the scholar that he was talking to, it would have had a lot greater significance than we know today in 2018, because the Jewish people and the Samaritans were enemies. And so, the Samaritan, when he helped out this, the victim of the robber, he knew that when he was helping that man he was helping probably hated him and did hate him. And so Jesus specifically chose a Samaritan to be the one who was going to show mercy to this robber's victim. Because, it's easy to show mercy to people who love you and who are going to show it right back to you. But it's a lot harder to love our enemies and to show them kindness. This really does go hand in hand with the blog post from last night. And, the thing about Mr. Rogers that I actually forgot to put in the post that I realized afterwards that I meant to say was that he showed kindness to people without expecting anything in return. I listened to a podcast as I was kind of getting ready for this post that was with the director of this of the documentary, and he had that to say about Fred Rogers. And that was just really cool to hear this man talk about Mr. Rogers in that way, because we're not supposed to choose who we love and who we show mercy to. We're not supposed to decide who's our neighbor and who's not our neighbor. That, I think, was Jesus's point in this parable, and that we are just to love everyone. It doesn't matter if they're quote unquote your enemy, or if they are your biggest fan, or if they are, whatever. We are to show love and show mercy to whoever knocks on our door and is in need of help. Or, we are all children of God and brothers and sisters, and we need to love each other in that way. So that's all I've got for today. As we go forward into this weekend, let's just really be aware of how we're loving each other and how we are treating people as our neighbor. Let's just have that, won't you be my neighbor? That was really bad. But let's have that song in the back of our mind as we go out this weekend and just interact with the world. Because you know what? Every single person out there could use a smile and a little bit of kindness, and let's be those people this weekend that show it. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for putting up with, I'm in my face goop again today. No makeup, no nothing, just time for me to go to bed, get some sleep. All right, take care, guys. Thanks. Bye.